Now, to set the planer knives in the head, I always get Woodmaster to sharpen my knives so they come back to me ground exactly enough that I can just drop them all the way down the bottom and tighten these nuts up, and then I'm ready to go. So I really highly recommend that. You can have a gauge to set them with, but if you get the knives sharpened in such a way you can just bottom them out, it's a much, much better deal. So now we're ready to plane. All we have to do is put the lid back on, plug the machine back in, and I'm going to do is I'm going to run my boards through on edge. Now, I'm going to tell you, before I ever bought a planer, we had to do that with a joiner because you don't want to have that rough edge on any lumber. If I didn't do anything else with my machine, all I did was run boards through here on edge to take that saw kerf off, the machine would be worth it. That is like one of the jobs that carpenters absolutely hate, is removing the rough edge from boards. And sometimes you'll go in a house and you'll see where people haven't done it, and to me that is just really shows that they just don't care about quality. So it's one of the best things that I can do with this machine is run boards through on edge and get that rough saw kerf edge off. Okay. I'm getting ready to run these boards through on edge again to remove the rough edge that's on the board. Now, I could run 2, 3, maybe 4 boards through, and I have actually run a single board through also. The thing that's important when you're doing this is you got to have a straight edge. In other words, when you ran it through, when you gang rip it, we know that it's going to have a square edge because that blade that's sitting on the shaft is exactly 90 degrees to the shaft. On a table saw, where sometimes you would be tilting the blade, you have to make sure that table saw blade's straight up, because if this bottom edge is at a 1 degree angle, when these go through, they're going to be a 1 degree angle, and that's not what you want. So again, if you're doing this, it's a great trick, but make sure that you have square edges when you start. I can really feed these boards through anywhere I want to across the 18 inches of the planer. There's not really any guiding to it. Once you start in, the machine pretty well takes care of it all.